Shall I pretend to be your girlfriend? Don't worry, I'm great at acting. Ha! I was quite troubled by my parents' persistent matchmaking attempts, and my boss, Emily, offered to pretend to be my girlfriend. She was way too beautiful to be my girlfriend, but it seemed like this would work out for now. However, on the day of the meeting, not only my parents but I too was shocked by an unexpected revelation. Alex, is this really your girlfriend? From that day on, my feelings started to change significantly. Meanwhile, Emily continued to pretend to be my girlfriend indefinitely. I'm Alex, 36 years old. I'd been single for 36 years. I have few friends and even fewer opportunities to meet new people. My days end with commuting between work and home. My few friends are all married with kids now, so I rarely see them. The only person I know around my age who's single like me is my boss, Emily. People might think I'm either gay or just unable to find love, but she is also quite a mystery. She's stunningly beautiful, highly competent at work, and I've seen guys hit on her more than once. Yet, she boldly declares at office parties, I'm staying single forever, and doesn't seem to care about being single at all. I admire and envy her resolute attitude. I don't want to be without a girlfriend. I want a wife and kids. I've been introduced to women several times, including during my school days, but even if the first date goes well, it never leads to anything more. No one has ever told me it's because of my looks or personality, so it doesn't seem to be that. What's the problem? Lately, I've been thinking about this all the time. Alex. Hey. Emily's voice snapped me back to reality. I was at work. Hey, you've been spacing out a lot lately. What's up? If something's bothering you, I'm here to help. No, it's nothing. I'll be more careful. Sorry. Even if I could talk to her, she wouldn't understand my worries. After all, she's someone who thinks being single is the best. It's already 4:30, and there's not much time left until the 5 o'clock end of the day. I need to finish these documents quickly. But if it means working overtime, that's fine too. Because my parents nag me if I go home early. I still live with my parents at my age, and lately, they have been pressuring me about marriage and grandchildren. I'm just worried about your future, Alex. Yeah, we won't be around forever. I understand what they're saying, but still. I really want the same thing. I'm just anxious about how to make it happen. Alex, are you staying late? Let's grab a drink tonight. John, who sits next to me, is a colleague from my same year. He has a wife and 2 kids. I don't have deep relationships at work, so even though I'm friendly with John, we've never gone out for drinks personally. John, you should go home. Your wife is taking care of the twins by herself, right? He made a resigned face and said, That's why. When I get home, all I hear until bedtime is how hard her day was. I want to stay out late sometimes too. Unbelievable. If I had a wife and kids, I would definitely want to go home early to see them. But since I don't know what marriage is really like, maybe my thinking is naive. Maybe I should ask him about it over drinks. I decided to focus until the end of the day and then head to the pub near the station with John. His recommended pub is cheap and the food is decent, but we have to get there early to get a seat. Tonight, we hurried from the office and managed to snag a couple of seats at the counter. We toasted with beers and started to unwind from the day. Halfway through my mug, I remembered. I should text my mom that I won't need dinner tonight. John asked, Who are you texting? Mom, I replied, and he chuckled. I know why he's laughing. But I don't want her to go through the trouble of making dinner for me. Her reply said, Enjoy yourself. She probably thinks I'm out with a woman. I rarely stay out late unless it's for farewell parties or year-end parties. Feeling a bit tipsy from the alcohol, I boldly asked John an intrusive question. Hey, how did you meet your wife and start dating? Since I don't usually discuss such things with coworkers, he seemed surprised but answered sincerely. It was at my previous job. I joined this company mid-career, remember? My wife was my junior at my old company. So, how did you start dating? It was pretty normal. We met at a pub one day, said, Hi, and, oh, it's you, hit it off, went to a second round, and within a week. She came to my parents' house. Even if I met a female colleague at a pub, I can't imagine it turning into a romance from just hi. And, oh, it's you. Usually, it's just a drink together and then, see you tomorrow, right? How does it escalate to meeting the parents within a week? As I pondered this, the person next to me left, and someone new sat down. I'll have a large beer, a breaded pork cutlet, grilled mackerel, and some chicken skewers. Despite the woman's voice, her order was quite hearty. Wait, that voice sounds familiar. I looked over, and there was Emily. The only empty seat at the counter was next to me. She comes to pubs alone? How impressive. She noticed me and we made eye contact. Hi. Oh. We ended up drinking together. And that cat was just so cute. I almost took it home, but then I came to my senses. It wouldn't be fair to keep it in my apartment. Emily, already tipsy, was enthusiastically recounting how she almost adopted a cat from a shelter. John, who loves beautiful women like Emily, was fully engaged in the conversation. For some reason, every guy at our company, even the married ones, is infatuated with her. I, on the other hand, was listening half-heartedly since I didn't have any personal interest in her beyond work. Maybe my low energy bothered her because she suddenly turned the conversation towards me. Alex, why aren't you getting married? She is always straightforward, even when drinking. Of all questions, why that one? It's not that simple. I don't have anyone willing to be my girlfriend. She summarized my situation bluntly. That's because you're clueless about the world, Alex. Curious about what she meant, I asked her to elaborate. Apparently, I'm out of touch with modern social life, insensitive to women's feelings. And not sophisticated enough. I was genuinely impressed. Emily really pays attention to people. It's true that I'm not interested in what's happening in the world. I don't watch TV or browse the internet. I don't care about trends or places women enjoy. My hobby is reading. Specifically, paper books. I'm an analog. On weekends, I go to bookstores, and cafes are places for reading, not for talking. Why didn't I realize this sooner? I should meet a woman who shares my love for books. When I get home, I'll look for a book club or some social group for adults. I felt a glimmer of hope and downed the rest of my beer. That's exactly the problem, Alex. That's why you're not popular. Emily said, exasperated. Huh? What do you mean? To put it nicely, you're super laid back. To put it bluntly, you're extremely self-contained. I may not be as outgoing as Emily, but how does she understand my thoughts so well? Is she a genius? Just as I started to take an interest in her, she had already moved on to another topic with John. We ended up at karaoke for the second round. Emily was an amazing singer. But I was exhausted from the unfamiliar night out, and my memory became hazy. When I got home past 11, my parents were grinning in the living room. I coldly told them, I just drank with a colleague. Seeing them visibly disappointed filled me with a sense of guilt. My parents are very close. During my teenage years, I found it embarrassing and would separate from them during family trips. As an adult, seeing friends pair up, I understood that love and marriage can be close bonds. But there are also guys like John who occasionally don't want to go home. My dad coming home on time every night and my mom greeting him with cheerful stories are probably more than just normal. I still don't get men and women at all. Anyway, I should take a bath and then read my mystery novel before bed. As I headed towards the bathroom, my mom called out. Alex, come here for a moment. I was seated across from my parents at the living room table. On the table was a thin photo album. Take a look at this. Mom opened the album to reveal a woman in a flashy dress. I had a bad feeling. Isn't this a matchmaking photo? Dad started to explain. Your aunt from California has been suggesting this for a while. I always thought it'd be better for you to marry for love. So I turned down the matchmaking offers. But since you have no one. Dad emphasized the importance of marrying for love because that's how they did it. Having seen their happiness, I can understand that. But this woman. Isn't this Sarah, Auntie's neighbor? Sarah is 5 years older than me and used to bully me when we visited her place during holidays. She was bossy, took my toys, never waited her turn, and flipped the board when she was losing. Even when we met as teenagers, her nasty attitude